Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. Yes, we are here once again with my co-host, my favorite co-host, because I have favorites. This is Rekstizzy.
The headphones are off.
The headphones are off.
I see that.
The gloves are off.
Uncut gems, baby.
How is everything going, Rekstizzy?
Sandler got snubbed.
Oh, the Oscar nominations just came here?
Yep.
You wanted Adam Sandler to be nominated?
Yeah.
Okay.
He should have been one since Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison.
True.
Just run through the classics.
A lot of Oscar. I mean, I feel like this is just a pattern. Every year they always get mad about all the snubs anyways. It's not like a new thing.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not really fucked up about it.
I know you're not. That's why it's funny. We have a guest here who is a friend of ours when we've done shows in New York City, a hip-hop scene. Now he's doing a lot of stuff in the motherland, China. Like many of our friends, you know, who do different creative fields, they tend to go back and kind of cultivate the culture out there, try to grow it out there. And this gentleman has done the same in China. What's up, Bohan Phoenix?
What's up, baby?
Hey.
What's
How
up,
we
bro?
doing?
Good seeing you, man.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Okay,
Yeah,
Fat
been a
Choi, my
minute.
boy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. I feel like, you're one of the New York rappers that kind of keep in touch with. I mean, you've done stuff out there for a while. And how long have you been in China now? You've been back and forth.
Yeah, I've been back and forth. But I went out there in 2017 to kind of be based out there.
Right.
Yeah. But I just came back in September, so I was out there for like a couple years.
Damn. So are you still trying to go back there? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely trying to go back just for shows, for opportunities. But I couldn't like live there anymore on the idle times. Like I missed a lot of American ways. So.
What are some of the things you missed?
I miss smoking, you know.
You miss smoking?
I just miss like just kind of just the familiarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as like I'm Chinese, but I still feel like a lot of my ways are just westernized at this point.
Do you think you're more American or Chinese?
I think I'm probably more American. Probably like objectively speaking, I'm more American for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Right. I feel like a lot
How
of
do you
us,
feel?
I feel very American, but I
Right.
feel like, you know, I've definitely connected with Korean
Right.
culture a lot,
Right.
You know, especially more in recent years.
Right.
And that's something I never expected to kind of be like when I was younger, you know,
Right.
but it caught my interest, and
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of help mold the scene too somehow, you know.
Right.
I guess
sure.
at least
I mean, you were already doing that just without like having the attention.
I guess, but I mean, really specifically focus on it and kind of help like the voice of Korean Americans, which is kind of a different thing,
Right,
you know.
right.
But so you missed American shit. You missed like pizza.
I miss bagels. I don't really fuck with pizza anyways. I miss bagels, man. I miss like I in Brooklyn I get my bacon, egg, and cheese every morning. Stuff like that.
You know, I will say that's something I fucking really wish LA had.
Y'all don't have bagels like that? Y'all don't have
like we don't have it on every corner.
sandwiches.
Like you
Oh,
can
okay,
get
right,
that
right.
maybe at like a fast food spot or maybe like
Right.
a bagel spot.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
Not
bagels-
every like deli has.
Nah,
Right, right.
it's not like every liquor store has like a hot food
Right,
section, which
right.
is that's the situation in New York. You guys pretty much have a liquor store with a
Yeah.
hot foods deli section.
Got everything in it.
Yo, when I go back to New York, I
Right.
get sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll.
There you go.
And then I get a bagel, everything bagel with lox and cream cheese.
At the same
And
damn
then
time.
I eat half, and I eat half, and then I give, I'll save for later. I'll give to the
Nice.
person I'm with.
That's what's up.
The
I
one
like
thing
that.
that pisses me off,
Special.
it's like it seems very easily executable.
On your own.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
in like for them
Oh,
to
I see.
do that at like a liquor
Right.
store or something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say so? I don't know.
Just,
I mean,
why,
that be
it's just
popping.
not a thing.
I think about this all the time when I'm in New York. Like I go to Chinatown. There's this place called Super Taste, and it's just like a fire noodle place, and it's super cheap. It's like $6. But if they had that in Bushwick where I lived, they would just make a killing. I'm like, I don't understand why they don't have it. Like they have those like hood spots, you know.
Would it be corny
Like-
if I opened up
Hell no.
a spot that was supposed to resemble a bodega, like a real bodega, and it's kind of gimmicky, but like I want to have the deli in it, you know, like give the whole bodega experience.
That's fire, dude.
I throw cats in there, like 2-3 cats to
Yeah.
wander the place, you
Couple
know.
of
what I
Yemen
mean?
dudes.
Yeah. and angry Yemen in
It
there.
might be a little sus. Might
It's
be
a little sus.
Yeah.
Okay, would I be appropriating New York culture? I think I
A little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Uh-oh.
I started giving a heavy accent.
But it's cool
and
though.
shit.
Your co-host is from New York, so you know.
So I would have to make him a partner.
Just make me the
God
front.
damn.
Make me the front man. Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Got
Yeah.
you, bro.
No, but really though, why
Got you.
can't they execute that? And also, speaking of which, Chinese takeout in LA. Why can't they figure that out?
What you
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Over
So
here,
he-
the takeout's trash.
Damn, I didn't know that. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
LA
There's
would
good
be
ass
like,
Chinese
Well, maybe
food.
you're probably not out here looking for like Chinese
Yeah,
takeout
yeah.
because it's not like people come out here like looking for pizza or
So
something.
y'all
you know?
talking about like the orange chicken, the like
Yeah, like
that
General
type of
Tso's.
shit.
That is
right.
not like we don't have that on every block either.
right.
You know
and
what
you're
I
saying
mean?
when you do get it, it's whack.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
Yeah,
It's pretty
trash.
whack.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
considered like
Wow, I'm
And
surprised.
before anybody tries to like roast me, whatever, like I know it's not authentic Chinese food, yeah, but still, you
Yo,
know?
American Chinese food is bomb though. Like if
Yeah.
you just forget that, if you like it's not trying to say it's authentic Chinese food, anyways. You know, like
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
love like sesame chicken. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, same.
yeah.
I
so.
mean, do you like
Sweet and
Panda
sour
Express?
pork.
I've only had it a couple times. Yeah, that's like when you piece like you get two meats, like a vegetable.
Yeah,
and
is
then,
it
like,
not big on East Coast? Or
I don't
what?
think so. I don't think so.
Panda
Nobody's,
Express.
it's out there, but nobody fucks with it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
'Cause
So
we have
because
we
you guys have all the
good
takeout.
shit already,
Right.
yeah.
I just remember the Panda Express always in JFK, like when I'm leaving, like departures.
Nice.
Bro, when we in New York, right, or New Jersey, whatever, like on the East Coast, you order takeout Chinese, it comes, you open it up, it's like a treasure, like a pirate finding the mud load. Eat that shit and you feel great. You're like, damn, that was
Right.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
Panda Express. Every time I go there, I eat it. I'm like, damn, let me give it one more try.
Right.
Every time I'm disappointed.
Yeah, yeah.
And then afterward, I'm like, why did I even do that?
Are you done? You tapped out?
I'm done.
Okay, you're done with
Wow,
Panda.
You're just persistent. One day you're gonna go and it's just gonna be fire. You're gonna be like, I knew I kept it up for a reason. you know?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be high as shit.
If
That's
somebody from Panda Express subscribed to this podcast and
Oh,
wants to
man.
give Rekstizzy one more chance at your product,
Here you go.
holla at your
This is
boy
your
right
last
here.
why. I don't
chance.
even want the chance.
He didn't want the chance. I want to try. Today's episode of Fun with Dumb comes from Hemp Fusion. I know a lot of people have been hearing about CBD, but not all CBD is the same. Hemp Fusion adds CBD plus omegas plus terpenes to help you feel 100%. They mix in natural ingredients to help you target specifically with stress, sleep, or energy. I've been taking this one right here, a teaspoon of this mixed with water, and it's been helping me get through the day with a lot of energy. And it's available both online and in natural products retailers near you, shipped anywhere in the U.S. And this is a great product that I've been using for the last couple months, actually. And right now, you guys can get 20% off by using my promo code FUN, F-U-N, off your first order and get free shipping at hempfusion.com. Go to hempfusion.com, use my promo code FUN, F-U-N, and get free shipping plus 20% off of your first order. That's F-U-N on hempfusion.com. That's the promo code. 20% off, free shipping, hempfusion. I was going to say, so when you went to China, is the food something you get used to? Like,
Yeah. I mean, so I moved here when I was 11. So I crave like mainland Chinese food all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I go back there and I have to control what I eat because my doctor told me I have a high possibility of getting diabetes because my grandmother and my dad had diabetes and they died from diabetes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, you can't eat that much rice. You can't eat that much noodles.
oh, what
You
the
can't
hell?
eat those stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's like
triglycerides.
everything, dude. Like,
Damn,
yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
So
So you can't rap in Chinese? You
yeah,
can't.
right. It's like, you know,
You
like,
might.
get surgery on your eye.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
serious.
so yeah, it's kind of whack. Like, cause like everything fire. I love noodles. You know what I mean? Like, so-
Yeah. And I know Chinese food in China is definitely very, like, it's a particular style too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and it's greasy as fuck. Like,
but we're
that's
talking
part of it,
different
though.
regions, right? Like, so
Oh,
when you
yeah.
talking?
I'm
about
talking like
mainland,
Chengdu.
what-
I'm talking Sichuan, like where my family is. So that's all the
Ooh.
spicy and hot pot. Like hot pot is
Yeah.
like
The-
Sichuan
the
culture.
mouth
you
numbing?
So
know?
that's where you're residing, Chengdu.
Yeah, that's where the family is right now.
So have you
Mhm.
always visited before you moved all the way back there, or what?
Yeah, I'm just here with my mom. She's in Boston, so
Okay.
every year we go back for Chinese New Year.
So you were
and,
familiar with the city before you went back to live there again?
Absolutely, but only in like
Small doses, maybe.
It's like just my neighborhood. I'm back there with my family for 2 weeks, and I'm back to the airport. You know, like
Oh,
so
okay.
when I went back in 2015, the first time to like a rap and to like perform in China, I was out there with my friends, and I'm seeing like China for the first time, like as an adult. You know, I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, like this is kind of like
That's one
kinda
thing
different.
people forget about is like you have all these people who go to their motherlands like every summer or whatnot, but there's like that 1 year that happens where you're like, oh, let me explore the nightlife and get crazy. For even Koreans, like we do the same thing. We go out there and then finally you're an adult. You split away for the family for the night.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, I'm drinking. There's bitches. Like it's lit. You know?
Yeah.
So that happened. What year did that happen?
2015 was the first
2015.
time. Yeah.
And you just
we were in Beijing. And
Yeah.
that was my first time working with Howie Lee. And we did a show together in Beijing, and it was like a DJ venue called Dada. The capacity was like 250, but they had like 300 people in there. And I was just like, what? Like, I didn't know people were like looking for music like that, you know? Like, and like that night, there was like 3 or 4 different fights that had broke out throughout the night because people were just so turned. And like, you know, like, so that was when I was like, gotta go back. And then and then things were just happening in China on its own already, so it kind of just made sense.
When it comes to like music, like for example, with Japanese, like there's like certain aesthetic and like there's a certain kind of way they approach things.
Yeah.
When it comes to cooking or art, and it kind of it shows, and even in Korea too. Do you think there's like a thing in China, like a kind of attitude or type of way that they make music that's specific to China?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think China like had always, well, for example, Korea and Japan had always been had a dialogue with the world, with their culture. You know, whether it's like for Japan, you know, for just like simple shit like Pokemon, like K-pop, right? Like, but China had always been closed off, right? So that kind of gave the native artists this attitude that's like, I'm actually just gonna do like really Chinese shit.
A little, less outside influence.
Yeah, less outside influence, and sometimes it comes out, you know, corny, but other times it got a lot of flavor in it. And and that's the thing. When I go to Taipei, when I go to Tokyo, I haven't made it to Seoul yet, but every time I go out there, like you can pick up the Western influence really clear.
Right.
You know, like there's a lot of kids out in Taipei that are doing like the neo soul vibe. You know, like so in China there's definitely its own thing. Like it's like with that, as of everything, like there's a lot of like like national pride in it. Like there's this guy named Guy, Gai. He blew up off like the Chinese version of Show Me the Money. Right. So now he's making songs like Happy Motherland, you know, like Motherland lived 10,000 years, like type of shit in his hook, you know, like our nation's country, our nation's mountain and sky is so beautiful, and like it's like everlasting, you know, like stuff like that, which is like, you know, it's very rare, but like it's happening because like a lot of people in China just like, I'm just gonna do my.
Yeah, I just saw that documentary, American Factory. Did you see this?
No, I haven't.
It's Obama's company's first like produced film.
Oh wow.
It's on Netflix. And
okay, yeah, I think I've seen the name.
Yeah, so it's about this like American factory that opens up, and they're about to shut down, but a Chinese investor comes in from China, and then brings all these Chinese workers there and makes the American workers look like shit. Like it makes us look so bad, and like the CEO, the new Chinese CEO comes and is like straight talking shit about the Americans right in front of him, like to his assistant, like the Americans have fat fingers, they move very slow. Like that's what it directly translates to.
Damn.
But it's wild. And then the 4 of the top dudes and American who's overseeing the factory, they fly him over to China, the CEO. So he's like, I want you to see like what efficiency looks like. They come in and they can't even fit like these 4 huge ass like triple the size of these regular workers there can't fit into the construction vest to walk through the thing. It's insane, but it's a really good doc.
It's American Factories.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I remember recently Elon Musk had done an interview, and he was talking about opening factories in China. He goes, I never seen Teslas being made that fast in my life. You know, it's like these Chinese factories are really impressive. You know?
I think he just did an event in like Shanghai or something, the Tesla reveal or something like that.
Yeah.
But going back to that, what you were saying about that dude making like very nationalistic thing.
Yeah.
Like how much is there like conflict where like like where you feel like, oh, it's kind of feeling like propaganda versus like national pride? Because I know that exists
that
in
is
Korea.
propaganda.
Yeah,
That is
but I know
propaganda,
it exists in Korea.
Yeah.
But it's also like we also feel that like fuck it, like yo,
Yeah.
Korea #1. Like
Yeah,
it's something
yeah.
that's genuine.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
what
see,
if it's
but
not
this is not-
propaganda?
but
He's
this
like, I
is
really
not-
fuck with the
But this is
country.
not. But this is not like some like China's #1 shit. This is like this is not on some music shit. It's more on some like like a propaganda type shit.
Like
you know what I mean?
like imprinting a message.
Yeah, exactly. It's
people's-
very intentionally done, and he knows
Is it government
like,
funded?
I mean, I don't know.
Definitely
like,
promoted, probably,
everything
right?
in China is kind of government funded.
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
all
that's
these
true. That's a
shows.
good point.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he's. I mean, there's a couple like investment companies that's invested in him. It's probably government funded.
Right.
You know. Like,
Right.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, how has your experience been out there, like performing and doing shows, especially in? It's a tough country to kind of, like you said, a lot of stuff is government based. Is it? I mean, is the scene still pretty? There's new ideas being thrown around and stuff. Like,
yeah. I mean, definitely. That's the. I feel like that's the good part about China. It's just so big that after hip hop blew off, because the Rap of China show a couple years ago, it just gave it such a bigger audience, and then now it's starting to like thin out. You know, the people that like caught up to it, they were like, oh man, I might want to go on the show and get like popping. You know, they start like thinning out because the show's losing its popularity as well. So the people that's sticking around making music now are like, they've been making music for a while.
The real ones, yeah.
Yeah, the real ones, and there's still people that are trying to ride the show's high, wave right now. But it's. I mean, I find it a lot. I find it makes sense for me to go back there because, I've always rapped a little bit in Chinese, so there I can tap into there a little bit. But the reason I'm back in the States now is because I realized unless I'm like really making full Chinese songs, they're not really checking for you unless you're already like an American popping in America type of artist.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I've had that same exact problem with my Konglish raps. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, this shit is hard, and like no one else thinks so.
Right. at least over there.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's a weird way. It's weird when you're mixing in English with some Korean raps because you can't like the whole sentence is in one or the other.
Exactly.
So no one really gets the bar until that one word comes into play, and they're like, "What the fuck? What did that whole line have to do with this?"
Honestly, like that I like stopped making songs that's like in bilingual because I was like, yo, I can't even finish a fucking point, because halfway I'm like, now it's time to switch it up to Chinese just to exoticize myself, so I get blog write-ups, Chinese American rapper bilingual, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, yo, I'm literally doing this to exoticize myself just for the sake of getting some like attention. Like, I had to cut that shit out. It became like a crutch.
That's some real ass shit right there.
It became like a crutch, man. Like,
it's some real ass shit you said, and I think I've been in that position too. You know, and you're not intentionally trying to do that,
right?
But what it is like with the rap game, like a lot of it becomes survival and staying in the press and being relevant. Yeah. So you catch yourself definitely mixing in how you're gonna do that and how you're gonna bring attention to your music. So I've been there, and we're all guilty of it. But that's cool that you have this kind of realization, and you're like, I'm not gonna just do that just for the likes or the clicks or whatnot.
I mean, the thing is, there's songs that make sense to have that. Yeah. Like our song Overseas. You know what I mean? Like I have some Chinese, have some English on that, right? But there's songs that just don't need to do that, and I was just doing it just to like flex the bilingual shit, and it just like wasn't,
Yeah, no, I feel that. I mean, I remember I tried to make a whole album in Korean, and I was in the studio in Korea, and I hit up one of my Korean rapping homies to be in the studio with me and correct me anytime I'm like mispronouncing some shit. So I'm in the booth, first song, trying it out line by line, writing it, and he's like, "Nah, you gotta do it again." 6 hours later, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing this album."
Yeah, I mean, shit, you never know. Maybe somewhere down the road, Like,
no, I just felt like I was making so many corrections, and the guy kept telling me. I just realized I don't understand it enough to be. I don't have the right to be making this fucking album right now. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
Like you were forcing it, basically.
I was super forcing it. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, it'll be lit because Korea's a new market. I can tell you, like, it just became very unauthentic, So I was like, I scrapped that real quick.
When you write in Korean, do you guys ever feel like the simpler you write, sometimes the more like you're getting across what you're saying instead of like, you know how you can be like really elaborate in English.
We can't do that with it Korean. There's no way. Now we're not at that level where we can.
Well,
do
that's
that.
what I mean. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like
I'm trash at Korean, dude.
but sometimes like for me in Chinese, sometimes like the stuff that people resonate more like are not really the complex shit. They're like a couple basic
in general?
bars. Yeah, just like a couple
You
basic.
see,
shits,
I'm not
like,
super great with Korean, so I don't even know like who is the complex guy in
Right.
Korea, and
Okay,
I don't even
okay.
know if that's resonating with people or not. Because
Right.
I don't know how people are listening to stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can't even understand it. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I feel that. Is there like the fangirl phenomenon? I guess there is because the K-pop shit. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna
just
gonna
like really
ask,
like young girls that are just like
K-pop?
rushing airports and like
Are you
you know like
Are you feeling like, you know, there's mad Korea boos and shit now because of K-pop,
yeah.
so it's like easier for us to get laid and shit. Like,
I mean, I feel like you
Wait,
always have
are
the
you
swag,
saying
though.
are you talking about girls who like
Is that-
Koreans specifically? That's what you're saying. It's
or
easier
just
to get laid
or
because
just no, but I'm just saying, like, is there a kind of Chinese version of that going on? Like,
You mean like Chinese shorties that's out like looking for like
no,
people
non Chinese,
in
like girls that are
uh-huh.
just like kind of like
into Asian guys
obsessed with
now.
like which or Chinese specifically.
Oh yeah, I feel like I don't know. So I grew up like kind of because I grew up when I came to the States. I was so like blown away by how like different people looked. I kind of like grew up liking foreign girls. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't until I started going back to Asia that I started appreciating like just like, oh wow, like, you know, this sounds so bad, but
no, it's
You
not
know what I
bad.
mean? Like,
I mean, I think culturally it happens to a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know? Like I grew up mostly. Actually, I grew up more around Latinas because
Yeah.
of my school.
right.
Like I lived in Koreatown, but obviously my interaction with kids and girls was at school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I wasn't an outgoing kid on my block, and I
Right.
said Korean girl, like what's up, short? Like
Yeah,
I was,
right,
I wasn't
right.
doing that, so I
Right.
had to be.
Jogyo.
Jogyo.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, so I think, but I mean, what you're asking to him
Yeah.
about that, I actually think a lot of the girls with like guy Asian fetishes, do they categorize like Koreans and Chinese, or
I
do
think
they
they
just
do.
like
No,
all
they do.
Asians?
They
You know what I
do.
mean?
They do.
I know.
do.
I know the ones. I know they definitely do with Koreans. Like they the ones that like Koreans that specifically like Koreans. You know.
'Cause
Right.
they want that Korean drama.
Yeah.
Or
You think a
K-pop.
Chinese dude could get away with just lying that he's Korean?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, they probably,
Can some of that-
let's be real.
I
They
know-
probably could.
Yeah, you gotta
Let's
do
be
that.
real. But how could that ass pull that
You know
off?
what's funny? You know what's fucked up? But funny is how someone said to me, he's like, yo, if Korean pop is K-pop, what do you call Chinese rap?
Crap. That's hilarious. I mean, you know,
I was
like.
like, come on, man. But I was laughing and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be called K-rap, bro, because K-pop, so it would be called
It'd
K-rap.
be called C rap,
That's awesome.
but it's just funny.
Right.
Oh, you mean Chinese rap? Oh,
Right,
okay,
right,
okay. I
right.
see.
Take
Joke.
it easy.
Well, yeah, technically K-rap, well, also spelled crap, but like.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
improperly.
Well, my
Right,
name's
right.
Park, and Park backwards is crap. So
Shoot fits.
all the Park's gonna be mad at me for that one. I was gonna say, I feel like if a non-Asian girl like could call out a Chinese dude for pretending he's Korean and knows the difference, you deserve
Pretty
to holler at.
impressive.
You deserve to holler at
You deserve a
Korean.
dick. You deserve a dick.
You deserve a non-problem. It's non-problematic for you. You
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
You
It's
can
no,
tell
it's
the
not a
difference.
fetish for you. Like you know, like
Really? No, it
you're
is
born
a
for
hyper
this.
fetish.
Like,
You are born
you're
for
born for this. Like, so,
You deserve
you're
it.
good.
I will introduce you to a Korean motherfucker for that one.
No, but okay. So to quickly answer your question,
Yeah.
I do see. There's definitely more.
Did you move it?
There's definitely
No,
more
this way,
girls
inwards,
that I
inwards,
feel like
yeah.
that
That's
that are
what- sorry.
definitely more non-Asian girls I feel like that are into Asian culture or guys in general
Yeah.
now than before.
I think it's grown. Have you
Right.
have you felt that it's grown? Like
think
the
so.
community?
I think so.
Is it online thing? Maybe like you've noticed, or what is it exactly?
I see it like shows. You know,
Shows,
like I see it
yeah.
shows like when I was on tour with ADA last year,
Mhm.
a couple years ago, and like just seeing, I was pretty much expecting like a lot of exchange students, you know.
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of, you know, like foreign people in the
Yeah.
crowd as well.
Yeah, and you're talking about this like when you were with Higher Brothers and travel.
well,
Okay,
hiring them. Right.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I mean, I
Yeah.
noticed that directly even at my shows on my tour. Like,
Right.
I'll have a lot of these fans who came from the K-pop side who
Right.
support me in this rap, my rap shows.
That's
and
great.
it's kind of confusing
That's
too
amazing.
because it's not really. It's just because I'm Korean, low key. You know,
Right.
I guess I'm involved in the culture too.
Yeah.
The K-pop. You know, I'm collaborating with people, but
even
the
if
language
that
is
was,
not.
But even if it was just because you're Korean, like that's that's love. Like people are like
That is love. I mean, I can't. I'm not mad at it.
yeah, that's the thing. I realize, with the whole like quote unquote Asian wave that's happening, that's coming up. Like it's just like people are just excited because they have something they can like. That's cool that they consider like they can call their own. That's like in public's eyes now. Like
That's so. I mean, I would say that's one thing. I feel like everything was possible for me when I was young, just my belief and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
just the Asian stuff being cool, like
Yeah.
that really happened.
Right,
Kind of.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
I guess it was different for me. Like, you're really into
Right.
anime. Like, I wasn't into that much anime early on, but that was the one thing that people kind of thought was cool. I guess with
right.
and
And obviously martial arts. Like,
Martial arts,
besides
yeah,
that,
exactly.
like
But it's like I didn't see even the way martial arts was viewed and
Right.
anime was viewed is not really wasn't cool in terms of like maybe a hip hop like associated
right.
or
Shout out
just
Wu-Tang
pop
for
culture.
that, man.
Yeah, but
Damn.
like pop culture associated. So
Right.
But now I
Right.
just feel like it's just mainstream.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
that shit's kind of mainstream. Like
Yeah.
anime is mainstream, right?
Yeah.
I
For
gotta,
sure.
I gotta get on that.
I mean, even hentai is like a funny thing to
I
like.
mean, hentai's always held it down. That's the thing.
Has hentai? I never heard anybody say hentai has always held it. Has it? What
It
has
goes,
it?
Hentai had my back
it goes
for a long
Pokemon, martial arts, and then hentai. Like I feel like
Hentai has
that's
held
the
it down.
first three infiltrations into
Okay.
American culture.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the hentai has always been the unspoken.
Wait, does anyone actually watch hentai?
I mean, we've all seen it.
We've all seen it, yeah, but like that's not like your like
no,
regular
I've
go-to.
I've
like, well, you're weird.
I've
I
had
don't
some
know.
journeys, bro.
Right.
Little
We've had
adventures.
hentai
I
Little
believe
midnight
that.
adventures. Yeah.
I believe that.
I gotta say that shit is art is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like how it could just make you feel, and I'm talking about a hentai giving you a boner. But it's just someone drew that shit, and people
I
are
once
watching
saw-
to get
I once
off
saw
on it,
a
which is
figurine.
crazy.
That's more of a power of your imagination.
Listen,
That is
Yeah,
wild.
Listen to
yeah.
the creativity that is going into these things. I saw a
Right.
hentai figurine.
Uh-huh.
And there was like a girl, like a big titty chick,
Uh-huh.
right? And then there was like a monster behind her. His tongue came out and it split into two and became hands that grabbed her nipples.
Nice.
Jesus
I like that.
And I was
Christ.
like,
It's artistic.
This
as
is
I don't know
very-
if that would turn me on at all, bro.
it didn't
Like-
really turn me on. I just looked at it and admired it. I appreciated it for what it was. I was
Right.
like, you really dedicated to this
Right.
aesthetic.
I like that.
So you were studying the art.
Yeah, I was just like,
the
whoa.
execution was good.
That's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
agree.
it's like, you know, like that kind of creativity and talent could have been put into maybe making the world a better place.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what hentai does have that real life porn doesn't. Better storylines.
There you go.
They do actually.
They don't have to. They don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay the actors. That's right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of incest.
True.
Does
We're going down a hole right now.
does hentai do that thing that regular anime does, where they have the cliffhanger at the end? Like, will they fuck?
To be
No.
continued.
Okay. To be continued. Will he actually smash?
Oh, man.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Like Dragon Ball shit.
Don't take
I got
hentai
it.
lightly like that.
Okay, I'm sorry, God. Yeah. All right. I'm not. No offense to any hentai artist out there.
Uh-huh.
Going back to '88, and do you want to talk about
Yeah.
like some stuff he's?
I mean, Sean owes me a check. I mean, so
Oh damn.
other than that,
Sean owes you a check.
yeah,
All right.
other than that, I mean,
You don't
Sean
have to go
knows
into that. We're no
I mean,
risk.
Sean knows that.
But for early on, I mean,
You-
one way I found out about you too, you did a lot of work with Higher Brothers really early on.
Mhm, yeah.
And they're from Chengdu.
Yeah, they're from Chengdu. So I came across them when I was on tour in 2016.
Mm.
They were part of like a bigger rap group in China in Chengdu called the Chengdu Rap House, and they had like a gang of motherfuckers, like 20 of them, rappers, DJs,
Oh word.
Oh,
break
sick.
dancers. Yeah, it was
I had no
nasty. And Masue, SIP, and Mello, they were like the younger cats, and they broke off, and like they didn't break off, but like they formed their own thing,
Right.
called High Brothers. And then Nono, the bigger kid before, but now he's skinny as hell.
Yeah,
now.
he's like buff now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like he from Nanjing, so he had flew in. He had quit his insurance job, flew in to Chengdu. They were making music. So I don't know if y'all remember a cipher a website called Team Backpack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So, I think I bumped. Oh no, I bumped into Yox the first time.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
Team
they
Backpack.
have a really big video on that platform. Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, so I remember like doing something with them, and I was like, look, I'm going to China to tour. Like, if you give me some money, I'll make some like cipher videos out there. and I think I was like $100 a video. Like, is that, you know? Like, I didn't even know how much to charge that shit.
Yeah.
Well, so I got to Chengdu, and I was like, yo, who's the rapper shit? I was asking Howie, and he's like, yo, check out Higher Brothers. So they had just became Higher Brothers like 6 months ago. You know, I was like, well, but they showed up to do the cypher. They all had Air Forces on, black pants, black shirts that said 7-Eleven on it, you know,
Yeah.
and like Maswe had some dreads, you know, like Saipi has some perm, you know, like I was like, damn, like I ain't never seen nothing like this, you know, like I didn't know how I feel about it at the time. I was like, first time I was like, I mean, to be honest, first I was like, damn, that's a little clown looking, you know.
Well, you haven't heard anyone spit yet, so you don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they get down, you know, and the Chengdu accent is like so it's like mad flavorful. I mean, Chengdu accent is the closest thing to like Japanese and Korean when it comes to like sounding good.
So
on
that's
records.
interesting. So like, you know, obviously Hybrid is one of the biggest like groups to come out of there, but it's and somehow go into the Western world and go a little bit more mainstream out here.
Yeah.
The accent actually works better.
Actually works better than
That's
just regular
interesting.
Mandarin rap. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like so basically like Allison, my manager, was working at 88 at the time.
Right.
And they were looking for artists in China, and I had just met them. So I was like, yo, you should check out these guys, you know, and they watched the video, and they were like, yo, this is who we want, you know what I mean? Like, cause at that time they had Keith, you know, as like the forefront, and they didn't have anybody in China, so brought Hire over there, but they didn't have anybody that was in China at the time. They didn't have 88 Shanghai, you know, so they were like, well, if you're already homies with them, do you mind like managing them and like helping, you know, coordinate shit, you know?
Right. And this was in talks with like 88 and stuff.
Yeah. So I was on contract.
Right.
I had a contract. You know, that's only like $500 a month to like give like market expertise, translating contracts.
And I remember, and this is
Crazy,
the thing.
like-
That's why I give you props, because I feel like everyone kind of had, you know, I had my parts in like A&Ring some stuff,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Sean,
yeah.
Sean's had his.
You brought them rich.
Yeah,
rich
and
runs.
Sean on his own has had a couple hits too on his
Right.
own in discovering certain artists. But
Right.
I credit a lot of that, the Higher Brothers stuff, to
Yeah.
you, because that's how I found out about them.
I mean, they would have got to them anyways.
Right.
Somehow, you know, they would have found out about them anyways. But yeah, no, it was just like you know, I did like 7 months of work for them, and then they voided my shit and didn't pay me a penny. You know what I mean? Like,
shit.
yeah, so like,
Damn.
yeah, like I got, bro. Of course, I support 88. You know, I support all the Asian artists on 88. Like, you know what I mean? High Brothers is one of my closest friends in Asia. You know what I mean? But a lot of things is just like the principles. You know,
All right,
I helped a lot.
I'll talk to accounting for you.
All right, there you go. Hook it up, baby. Hook it up.
I haven't talked to you.
There you go.
I mean,
But yeah, you know, like-
no, I feel that. I mean, beyond all
Yeah.
that, it's a lot of people. I feel like that have been a part of that kind of uprise of
right.
like 88. You know, the
Yeah.
rising of 88.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say that because like I've given some interviews where I like wasn't so clear about like it's not that I don't fuck with 88. You know, it's like it's just, you know.
No, I don't.
Personal
I never
issues.
thought
personal issues. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably difficult for you because you got homies who are part of it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like, I still do work with them, you know,
For
Higher
sure.
Brothers and all that.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it. I think it's all going to come to a good place where
Right.
everyone's going to rock with each other and try,
Right.
because
That's a guarantee. That's a verbal agreement.
I'm
Hey,
gonna,
yo,
and I want to be I'm trying to be the bridge to make
I think-
everything, you know.
I mean, I think like you being a part of, you know,
So
their
good.
festivals and like, you know, their videos and shit, like that's like giving them validation, to be honest.
Oh, thank you, man.
No, for real,
I
you know,
feel,
like-
I just feel blessed. I mean, either way,
we
I
all
feel
know the
blessed.
skills that goes on, you know.
I
like,
try.
so-
My whole thing is I try to, you know, have different platforms like this where I
Right.
mean, me and Rec, we like to stay up on all types of new talents. When I hear
Right.
anybody new or dope, I want to work with them and
For
do
sure.
some dope shit. You know,
for sure.
Speaking of which, first time I saw your shit was the Jala
Okay.
video. Great.
Yeah. Yo,
Awesome.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is like a word for spicy, right?
extra
Hot,
spicy.
yeah.
Extra spicy.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I wanted to question, now I'm just gonna be like, oh, that's tight. And, but a lot of your videos are like creative, and I can tell that you have a lot to do with it.
Mhm.
So like, what was like kind of your, I guess your process with that shit, like.
Well, like the reason I have a lot to do with it is because I'm like scared of not having control over it. You know, I've done like videos where other people like direct it. I just like don't like it. Like we put out this video called Money Game, and like, you know, it's like really a high production.
Right.
But someone else had directed it, and I just hate it. You know, we put a lot of money into that. you know,
Right.
like
That's happened for me too.
right.
Yeah.
Like so, and then the videos that I've directed myself, like at least I know I'm gonna have fun with it. And sometimes when when you have fun on screen, it kind of like translates a little better than like a half-ass serious video that you're trying to shoot with no budget. Like so that's why
I feel like one thing about you that's very similar even to me is like I see you trying to fuse in like the cultural element in your music and videos too. Like just the right amount it feels like, and I feel like I do the same thing. I like Overseas was an example of that. Right. Just having that kind of story. Is that some shit that's like very important to you, like from the jump?
I think the whole identity thing was definitely. I mean, like, because when I started off rapping, I was just rapping all English. You know what I mean, like bars type shit. You know what I mean, like, and then I realized it wasn't going nowhere, and I was like, what can I add to the conversation that's like me? You
felt like there wasn't anything that was a personal experience that anybody was like. Everything you're talking about is like kind of everyone goes to that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I always be telling people. Like the more specific you get with your experience, don't think that makes you more niche with just who went through your experience. Nah, people take that experience, like say whatever relationship you have with China or whatnot. Apply it into their own world and they can relate to it more.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
100% right. Like the more in detail you tell your own story, more people actually relate to that because you're really tapping into an emotion, and that's kind of all we're all just looking for, like the emotions that we're really tapping into. So you're absolutely right. Like but yeah, like it was something that I felt like I really wanted to talk about, with Jala, with Overseas, But at this point, I'm working on like my first album, not just the EP, and I'm like definitely staying off that topic now because I feel like I did fucking run it to the ground, for a bit, like we're Overseas and 3 Days in Chengdu, and then there's like other songs where it was pretty much storytelling but focused on like the identity.
Right. What's your upbringing in like New York? What was that like?
Yeah, so I mean, like, so when I was 11, I went to Boston because of where my mom
was. Okay.
Yeah, and like we were in this town called Newton. It's a lot of Asian people, and so like transitioning in was pretty easy.
Right.
Like, but like in high school, I realized like Boston was just kind of like a nice college town with Harvard and MIT and shit, and so I wanted to do music, and so I went to New York for NYU.
Okay.
Because I didn't get into UMass. It was like a weird thing. Like, but then like I learned later on that NYU takes anybody that takes loans. If you're taking loans, like, what I mean, like you're good.
I mean,
like,
that's not an easy school to get into, right?
Well, that's the thing. Their SAT requirement was 21 out of 24, or 21,100 out of 2,400. I had like 1,700.
Oh wow!
So that's why I was surprised I got in that.
They just probably liked your story or something.
I did write my college essay.
What was your
essay
about?
America.
Oh, coming to America.
Yeah, like living with my mom for the first time. Like, like Swedish stepfather. We
better let this motherfucker in.
Yeah. I mean, but once I got to New York, like once I've been there for like 9 years now.
Wait, did you meet Allison there?
Yeah. She was working at Fader at the time.
Let me give a good, just say there is a lot of Asian Americans behind the scenes in music, before this boom of Asian musicians in the front. And just for the, young cats out there who might not know, there's
I'm not even that put on.
Well, there's a lot of OG journalists, Rec knows a lot about this.
Like Miss Info
to Sophia Chang's management, to journalists, our homie Donnie Kwok, people who wrote for The Source, Mikey Fresh even, all these cats who have been part of hip hop music for a really long time. Yeah. And there was no like shortage of Korean, like there was a lot of Koreans, Chinese, like people in New York. I would say more New York than anything. And that really showed in the behind the scenes part. Cause
Ted Chung in LA.
Yeah, Ted Chung, who's Snoop's manager, a Korean dude for, and he's been rocking with him for like 30 years or something.
Shit like that needs to be known.
Yeah.
Shit like that needs to be known.
They've been rocking together forever too.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of these cats that people don't realize because we see the front, like whoever's in front of the camera. But it took a lot of the Asian Illuminati behind the scenes to get these people in front of the camera. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy because now you're talking. All right, just like the transition from that, like one of the persons I did have a chance to talk to was Carl Choi, right? Like it was
he worked with Far East Movement early on.
And Jin, right? Like, so I was just at some dinner with Allison, and he was there, and I was talking to him, and at that time I was very much into the idea of like that, like a Asian alpha male cannot quite exist yet because it challenges the white masculinity. You know, like unless you have a full Asian cast or it's like a martial art lead, you don't really have an alpha Asian male. You know, like my friend had this joke. He's like, yeah, like you know you got it made when you see like a Chinese guy fuck like a hot white bitch. You know, like in a movie, in like a Hollywood movie.
Right,
you know,
right,
like.
Right.
But yeah, so I was talking to him about it. So I was like, yeah, like, you know, I think, you know, that's like a thing. You know, he goes, well, you can blame like white masculinity for a lot of things, you know, but like if you know that, if you like, what's the solution, shit, right? Like I was like, oh shit, I don't know, you know, like he's like, well, like more and more Asian kids want to be in front of the camera, and he's like, that's great. But like until more and more kids want to be behind the scenes, that's like writing movie scripts and like want to be video directors and like. You know,
it all starts from there for sure.
Right.
That's where it starts from. So like, yeah, you gotta have that imagination to write all the stuff. But
yeah,
you know, it gets. But you need it in all levels because stuff like that is not easy to get greenlit too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you gotta have producers or studio execs who are gonna greenlight that stuff.
His point is like just people that, you know, like until like more Asian kids grow up to want to be like behind the scenes, like working on shit.
I feel like more Asian kids want to be in front now. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Right,
and like, but the thing is, we need a little bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it starts from everywhere.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I was just gonna ask you about this. Fuck. I'm sorry. I just had a little brain fart right now. I was holding on to it.
The pot. Feeling hungry?
Nah. So we talked about this earlier about you considering moving to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And this trip this time you said finally you can see it.
Yeah. Honestly, every time I come out here, I think about it. But I'm only out here for like 2-3 days, and so I'm like, oh well, the whole idea of getting a car sucks, right? So, but I'm out here for 2 weeks now, and getting a car is really not that bad. Driving around is really not that bad, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and
avoid the rush
honestly,
hour.
the number one thing is waking up to the sun just feels amazing.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. That doesn't go away.
I know
love
it doesn't. I can already tell.
Every day.
I wake up in Bushwick, bro. I look outside. First of all, my view is already a brick wall, right? Like, and then like it's gloomy out. Like before I'm even out of bed, my whole day is just fucked. You know, like I'm like, all right, it sucks.
If LA's tourism board wanted to have a propaganda person. Ambassador from New York to sell LA.
There it
it's
is.
Me.
It would be Rek.
It's me.
There it is.
He'd look into the camera, be like, "Hey, New Yorkers, get the fuck out of there! Come over here!
What are you doing?
Great
Great migration, man. Hell yeah.
I think being in New York, it toughens you up, or whatever. But then afterwards. Like, come on.
Yeah, but then you
Stop
just
beating
get
yourself
once
up.
you get tough, then you just get bitter, and then you just get mad, and like then you just end up like mad all the time in New York.
Yo,
so
just
That's
make
it.
the- make the trip,
The
bro.
thing about it is, anywhere with like a scene or a community, anytime you want to kind of step away from it, people start giving you shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like as you get older, our mind states become international.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
can't
honestly,
just be.
I'm just like thinking about like now as I'm getting older, I realize health matters. Like mental health matters. Like I'm trying to be in a place where I wake up and I'm fucking feeling great.
And it's also not healthy all the time to be stuck in one place too.
Right,
That's the main thing about
Right.
mental health.
A friend
Yeah.
of mine started bathing his nuts in sunlight, and he says if you do it for long enough, they move on their own.
Wait, he started doing this? Is this because there was like this like thing going on Twitter and a meme where people would sunbathe their buttholes, like they'd spread.
Yeah, stuff like
This
that.
is a thing. Yeah.
What position do you have to be in? Like
legs
downward
up.
dog?
Yeah, no, legs
Oh.
up. You lay on your back and your legs are up. You let the sunlight go directly into your butthole.
That's
What was that supposed to be
crazy.
good for? Like I saw this on the internet. It was like
Wow.
I don't know, but
Okay, to be honest,
It
I
might
can
feel
imagine
like-
it feeling like nice and warm.
can you
though,
imagine
know,
it's
it's like a bidet,
roasting your-
but naturally. You know? I don't know.
roasting your balls in the sun? In the
Right, I'm
natural
just
sun?
he must
Yeah,
have
like
good natural
vitamin
light
D.
in his apartment. Like I hope he's doing this in his apartment.
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's so
yeah,
wild
yeah.
that people bleach their assholes. Like
Yeah.
that's a word, like a area of concern for somebody.
Yo, so-
like
What does
Well,
that
that's
mean exactly?
the craziest part. The crazy
the hair.
They
Oh.
bleach it.
Yeah, so it doesn't look hairy. I think it just blends in. I think
Why
that's
don't
what
you
it
just
is,
pull
right?
it out? Like you
Same.
no,
All right,
really.
all right, never mind. Let's move on to the next one. This one.
No,
Can we
actually,
make
no,
that the
let's-
shortest
can we-
topic
no,
that we've
can we
ever
just-
had?
Actually, let me discuss this.
All right, what?
Because ever since I first got Hey, don't look at your phone.
I was gonna type in what is bleached asshole.
No. I want to know this. Okay. Ever since I did grow like my first butthole hair, right? I was wondering like how I can get rid of it, and like what
do you mean? You shave it, right?
It's just like waxing.
Waxing.
Oh,
You know what? I was actually wrong.
Anal
Anal bleaching is a treatment that lightens the skin around the anus.
Wow. So it's it's bleaching that like black little
just the dark spot.
Dark spot. Yeah.
But I that's so crazy that
That's so
someone
crazy.
that bugs people. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
that
right.
really bugs people.
Right.
Do a lot of porn stars get that done? I would assume.
That would make sense if a porn star's getting it done. Otherwise, you're getting so much rim job and you need to get it done. Then, like, I mean, like, I don't know. Congratulations.
I'm assuming, it's people who do ass butthole photo shoots.
Right. Well, say that's the thing. One of my roommates, a tattoo artist, and he's like, yeah, a really trendy thing now is butthole tattoos. Like, girls would go and get like a flower or something.
That must
like
hurt
that.
so much, dude.
That's fucking wild.
Crazy painful, dude.
Yo.
Like,
just so that when you're dunking her from behind, she has a little message for you, a little
I have
floral
no
print.
idea.
I couldn't think of some really creative ways to do that. Though. Not that I would, but I'm just saying.
Oh man! If you guys have any good butthole tattoo ideas,
I would do like
send
a
it to
little
Dom.
worm coming out and being like, "Got any books?"
Well, guess what? I just Googled now.
Butthole tattoos.
Butthole tattoos. Oh my gosh!
Some of them are some of them are so elaborate too.
So there's one butthole tattoo where they draw a girl bending over doggy style, and the butthole of the tattoo is the butthole of the girl. Oh my god! There's a spider. There's a butterfly seems to be a pretty popular one.
Oh my god!
This is just
ladies. Slow down.
This is terrible, man. This is really gross and just terrible. It's not really that creative either.
Oh man!
You lose your virginity, your butthole virginity, and the butterfly gets its wings.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
Just that was also for the tattoo artist too. It's like you have to like be a certain type of tattoo artist. Be like, yeah, I'll tattoo your butthole.
I always wonder.
They squirm in pain and they fart in your face.
Oh my god!
I always kind of wondered that about tattoo artists when you bring in like a terrible idea to the table.
Right.
Like how do you?
Like you shouldn't do it.
I would love to.
Yeah, but do they really? They probably don't do that.
What would
you
do? Would you do it?
Well, I think you just kind of just keep it like okay, like
what
they want is what they want. Yeah. You know?
Okay, so that girl that got Drake across your head, you would have done that?
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Hell yeah!
Like I would actually tell them to like second guess because sometimes people get I like autograph their arm and they're like, I'm gonna get this tatted,
right?
And I've had that before multiple times.
But that's not on your forehead.
Weird flag,
right? Like. Yeah, like look, I'll get like your face on my arm, like, and like I
actually tell
shit,
people not to even get the arm tat of the autograph.
Why
usually.
not?
Nah, I mean, people are gonna do it.
Well, I'm not like all harsh about it. I'm just like, yo, just I don't know if you want that.
That's
on
you forever.
Yeah, I just tell them. I just give them a quick disclaimer and that's it.
Yeah. If my music starts sucking, don't blame me. That like that you still have that tattoo.
If I fall off,
you got that when I was good.
Okay, this is what annoys me. I don't have any tattoos. All right, I don't really give a shit about tattoos. I never really crossed my mind to get one. But what I hate is when people are like, I don't know what I want to get yet. I'm gonna think about it for a long time.
Right.
Just get it. If you're gonna get a tattoo, just get a tattoo. You're gonna regret it anyway.
I will say almost all my tattoos, like I just had a thing and I just was like assertive about getting
isn't it like productive of what you're trying to do with the tattoo? Prove you don't give a fuck. Or
I mean, it's definitely it's like for me, I've accepted. Well, I've accepted at some point that it's like a decoration, like
Yeah.
Like
I like too hard about it.
A lot of them have meanings. All of them have meanings, but a lot of times the meaning came afterwards. I was like, people ask, "Oh, what does that mean?" I'll be like, well, it actually means like you make up like, and you're like, well, that was probably subconsciously in my brain anyway.
It doesn't have to have a meaning, and I just think what I think happens is that first one always has a lot of pressure on people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can start small. You can just get like a little hard.
What was your first one?
I got Koreatown across my chest.
You're like, I'm making a statement.
I literally went into I was on tour.
This one?
No, I was on tour on 17 or 18.
Yeah.
We go to this tattoo shop. On tour, like with my like LA hip hop homies, we stop in Arizona. My boy Isaac in Tucson, who's hooking up everybody with tattoos. I couldn't think of anything. I was like last, right? I couldn't think of
Yeah.
everyone's getting something. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, all I could think was like K-Town, Koreatown. And then everybody was like, yeah, just that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? I'm scrawny, bird-chested boy. And we pick an old English, just really bold. And I got it. And I looked in the mirror. I loved it. I was like, oh, this shit is hard.
That's that horror gun.
Yeah, a few months passed, and I remember walking around shirtless, and and I go to like the swimming pool and shit, and people giving me some extra ass looks, you know, like some kind of goon.
You're in K-Town.
You're like, I can't leave K-Town now.
You're like, by the way.
And it was a little aggressive. I realized because that's all I had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's.
So then you have to even it out with
I
something.
mean, my first one. I mean, because it was safe, right? Like it was bold, but it was also safe. You're like K-Town, well, that's me, you know?
Yeah, it's like I'm not. Yeah,
but
maybe
all across his chest is pretty bold.
What if subconsciously I just like was never moved out of Koreatown just because of my tattoo?
Right.
I'm like,
or you find yourself in Chinatown, you're like, fuck. But now, like, I mean, like my first one was a lion. I'm a Leo. I was like, oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
It was. I'm gonna get Little Tokyo.
Why?
Hentai.
You used to get hentai, dog.
You don't have any tattoos.
Nah.
Rek has done some wild shit.
You're the cool one at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, at this
man.
point, I feel like everyone got tattoos. I was like, maybe if I don't.
I don't think it's one or the other. I don't think anyone cares.
All right, because you got it all on your chest.
Look at him. He's so bare. No one is fucking saying that.
He must really not give a fuck. Like, if he gave a fuck, he would have at least one tattoo. Like.
There's no outline anywhere.
He must not want to fit in.
That's hot. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Your whole frog and no tattoo thing makes sense. If you ever were to get a tattoo,
there's no other animals with tattoos. Frogs.
No, it's just how the whole like not even obsessed, but just how like authentic you are with the frog shit. At first, I was like, I don't understand. At first, I was like, that's gotta be a gimmick. And then I get to know you. I was like, motherfucker really is into a frog. Like,
you know what? Let's have a little chat about the frog. I think for a lot of fans, maybe. I mean, there's been explanations before, but I think we got to do a refresher.
Let's do it on a Rekstizzy episode.
There you go.
Okay, that's true. Let's do that. Let's do it. Could you bring in that side a little more closer? You kind of moved it again.
Fair enough.
No. Like just left side. No. Like this. Look. Oh yeah, there you go. And then you can come in a little bit so you don't knock it over again.
Sorry.
Moving around too much.
Yeah, no, we'll save that for the Rekstizzy episode.
There you
I feel like there's a lot of things that people are like, "Who is this cat?"
Wait,
Sometimes
y'all haven't done an episode? Like a
Have we
I know you're in episodes.
Must have done a
We'll do it on Best Friend Con, bro.
Okay,
there you go.
Okay,
there
because
you go.
he's doing a pod too, so we gotta do it.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Bohan Phoenix.
That's
Let's go
what's
back
up.
to Bohan. My bad.
Now, what are you guys
Low
working on?
fade
Are you
there.
guys working on music and shit?
Yeah. I'm working on music this year. I'm trying to put out a full length. I've been
Actually,
doing.
I just wrote a verse.
Shut up.
Nice.
I've been doing a lot of EPs, and the main thing musically I've been doing is on my group chat. Me and one guy in my group chat just do battle raps back and forth through voice notes.
That's hard. Wow.
It's the
Yeah.
funniest
Wait. How
shit.
do you
Just tell him it's Mikey Fresh, bro.
It's Mikey Fresh.
Nice.
Mikey Fresh and him have just
There's
been
one
going
guy.
back and
We just
forth.
go back and forth with one liner on voice notes, and it's the
fucking
fucking
hilarious.
funniest shit
That's
ever.
amazing.
I wish.
I wish I had a friend to
do.
do that.
Oh my god! I wish I had a rival.
Hey,
Yo,
we can do.
We can
we
get
can
in,
throw-
bro.
we can get in.
No,
We
but
could have a Royal Rumble.
No, but it's the thing. It's like
It's funny because
it's
he's
so
not at all a
goofy.
battle rapper.
it's
He's
so
not at all a
goofy,
battle
bro.
rapper.
Like
Yeah.
you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to do a full length this year. And
Nice.
it's just try to balance out a lot of stuff. I mean,
So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to do a full length. Why? Because you like albums.
well, I did a lot of EP. I did 3 EPs. My
Right.
last 3 projects were always EPs.
got you. Okay.
I think in general
bro,
when I
go
get
ahead,
into
dog.
the mode of I want to just set a goal of doing a full length.
Right.
Because when you set the goal, you tend to just kind of make more music low key.
Right. Dope.
So I kind of want to do that. And my last favorite project I would say was a full length.
Okay.
And that was my
cool.
We Might Die project. And that was a
Yeah.
full length. And for some reason, I just like it better than the last 3 EPs
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. That's probably how you consume music too, right? Like in projects. Like, I mean, singles obviously. I mean, you know. Like,
Yeah,
but
I don't know. You know what? I
personally,
kind
like-
of enjoy when I listen to albums. I enjoy full lengths more than EPs.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about that. But
Well, last year I put out a 2-song EP,
Uh huh.
and then this year I'm gonna put out 1-song album.
There you go.
But the thing is,
Rec is always ahead of the time.
two
That's the
song
thing.
EPs are almost like a thing in Korean
Yeah.
music.
Yeah,
Like K-pop
yeah.
groups will put out 2 songs
Right.
and put out 3 remixes for each one.
Right.
And so it's
Sure.
only 2
And they'll
songs.
have like a whole book, like literally a book
Yeah.
this long.
It'll be like a Bible-sized book for 2 songs,
Right.
and it's photos,
With
which I'm
photos.
not even mad at because it's another form of content too.
Oh,
You're
it's
giving.
great.
You're
Yeah.
delivering
No, they're
other
awesome.
shit. It's
Yeah,
you know.
Because they've figured out like the CD ain't worth a shit.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
like what we're giving them is a like memorabilia,
Right.
some fucking collectors, and all the shit that they want. You know,
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
love it. I'm a
Lily
fan.
Pad was like a good length. Like
like 4
for
songs,
like that
5.
vibe of it. You know. Like,
All right,
Thanks for being on my EP, bro.
oh, bro, that's still one of my
That's
favorite songs. Like
Me, him,
one
and
of my favorite
Miyachi.
verses. Yeah, we got a song. We all gotta just hop on a song.
Yeah,
at some
we'll
point,
work on
like-
more stuff.
Yeah.
I
When-
did,
when
a
did
joint
you-
with, I did a joint with Miyachi, yo. So we
Oh,
should
dope.
do a.
Okay.
When
man.
did you guys meet?
Yeah, how did we? I forget.
I think I was just out here and
Did we
Mike
meet out here?
Mike.
Didn't we meet in New York?
No, I think we met out here.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we were talking or some shit. I don't
I
know.
think we connect you with a lot because you kind of do the same thing with like I said this earlier, the Chinese stuff that we do with Korean.
Oh yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
feel like our Chinese counterpart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yo, and you know what? I've noticed like just over the years, and like I feel like the Korean communities like are way more supportive of each other than like the Chinese community are.
You think so?
Do you guys not feel that? I feel like you guys are. It's like
I don't know if it's more or less. Like I
Right.
never really thought about that.
Yeah.
You know, I will say I recently in the last couple of years have made more Chinese friends. Like I just because I'm not in I don't have that relationship like New York. You know,
Right.
New York it's like there's more Chinese and a community of everyone kind of blending in.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
People are
I told them
segregated out
that
here,
I
you know?
grew up with like half my friends are Chinese, half my friends are Korean. So like sometimes it'll be a little bit more Koreans and we'll roast the Chinese motherfuckers.
Right.
The Chinese motherfuckers will roast me, you know.
Yeah, it's funny.
And they'll just chill, you know. We
That's
all
funny.
drinking the same the root tea.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Hayat,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's just the history of like Chinese generations in New York City. You know what I mean? There's like a
Yeah.
long generation and history of Chinese in that
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
You know?
Isn't it big history here? Like
I think maybe more in New York City, honestly. Like over here, I told you it's segregated. So like it's not just like Chinese. Chinese are pretty much dense in these like heavily Chinese areas.
Right,
You know, over there in
right.
New York, it's like it's pretty mixed and there's
Right.
Yeah,
generations of cats. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, my gal was my first Chinese friend.
Oh, dope.
how
And-
was it?
Nice. How was it?
Go
How
check
was
my
the
Yelp
ex-
review.
how was the experience?
Go to Chinese Yelp, how I rate my Chinese.
I think that's how I
friends.
met you, probably through Mike.
Maybe
Yeah.
Um,
Oh no! You know what? I was coming to. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Were you guys living at some point? Together at some point?
Me and my gal, yeah.
No, you and
Oh
Rec.
no, me and Rec.
okay.
I cannot live with this guy.
Oh, maybe you came on my crib.
I did.
Just
We took a
dolo.
photo on your couch.
Yeah.
Remember, like,
Um, let me damn, that was actually pretty good stuff we brought up.
Oh, it was great.
yeah.
But you're a great guest, Bohan.
Let's-
I
Let's,
gotta say.
thank
let's
you guys.
Chinese
Thanks
and
for having
Koreans
me,
honestly.
support each other.
Thanks for
Next time you're in town, you're welcome. So, there's only a few people out. I'm always like, you're welcome to sit in. If
Oh,
you have another
man.
guest or what, check in with us anytime.
That'd be mad. That'd
'cause-
be mad dope.
Yeah, there was some good shit in this one for sure.
I love podcast. I mean, like that's the thing. Like when Allison's like, "Yo, you wanna do Dumbs podcast?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, man.
Do you want to plug anything before we wrap it up?
Shit, man. I'm just putting out some new music this year. Just go check out the old music. Still a lot of old music that has been slept on. So
Yeah, man.
Check
You're a
that
hard
out.
worker. You stay working though. I see you
I mean,
every city you go. Pull up
no
to the
other way.
local studio, homie spot.
trying to. Yeah, shout
I
out
was
Banana.
doing the interview with Ebro.
Oh, it was good. I mean, so that's just like PR shit. Like we had
Yeah.
paid a PR company to, set up some interviews.
Yeah, but it's still dope to see like you talking
Yeah.
to old man Ebro.
yeah,
He
for
has
sure.
a very large and like personality.
Yeah.
He can
Yeah.
overpower you kind of aura-wise.
It's true. He's actually supported 3 of my records: Product, Party No More, and Money Game. Like, and like, shout out to Carly Hustle. Like, she's been holding
Oh,
it down.
Carly, okay.
Yeah, like, And yeah, that's, you know what, you're right. You know, a lot of things perception. A lot of people from outside, they're like, yo, that's dope. You were talking to Ebro.
That's part of it. That's what you gotta, you know. I mean, being an indie artist, you gotta let motherfuckers know.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody is like really lying. It's like it's not easy to do that stuff.
Right.
It requires money you make on your own, out of your pocket, into it. So this is a, you know,
and he can say no to whatever records he wants.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're paying for them to put that thing in front of their face.
Yeah, let me clarify to everybody. Just because you could pay for PR doesn't mean everyone's gonna pick your shit up.
Right.
That's you
Absolutely
know,
not.
we've done both. I've done you know, all that. So, but
No,
shout
but
out,
I'm
man,
just-
your
I'm
indie
just-
grind.
Yo, appreciate
I'm just
you
saying,
guys.
like, you know, it's tight whenever I see a homie or just even another Asian American artist
Yeah.
that could go in front of, you know, an industry, you know, dude like that, and then just like hold their own, be very, you know, articulate, all that shit.
Did you see my
Love,
tweet
man.
about
Appreciate it.
hiring Shen Yun as the Shen Yun's
No, I did.
I said I want to hire Shen Yun's marketing team.
Yo, you
Yeah,
have some
one.
amazing. Yo, like I was hanging out with
funny
Hollis
ass
the other
tweets.
day because she was like fixing up her Twitter, and then we were talking about like just people with funny tweets, and she's like, "Yo, you know who does it right? Like dumb. Yo, you do have some crazy
Thanks, man.
tweets, bro.
I
Like,
honestly, it's right now that's my best thing that I have going on in my life.
nah, the learning Korean shit that you were doing.
People
was
really
funny
love that
too.
one. I got to get
Yeah.
back on that because people really enjoy
Bro,
that.
That was I almost started doing the Chinese shit. I was like, nah, he's gonna see that. And no, I'm really
No, you know what?
bro.
I'll
Like-
be happy to franchise that off to you. You don't owe me anything. Go into it if you want. But don't worry about it. You're a good
man.
dude. Shout out Bohan Phoenix.
I
Check his
appreciate
music
you.
out. Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. And then Rekstizzy,
The GOAT.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.
That's
TV. Twitch.tv /
Facts.
Rekstizzy.
Check out our song too. Get
Yo,
a chance.
y'all already know.
All right, tune in next week for another episode of Fun We're Done. Peace.
Peace.